Welcome to Amish Roots, plain talk in a modern world. Thank you for joining me. Since I had a lot of siblings, I experienced a few Amish weddings firsthand. Keep in mind that I have not been a part of the Amish community for 27 years. So things may have changed from my experiences, but I'm inviting you to join me as I explain how an Amish couple gets married. The first thing you need to know is that a man wanting to get married will tell his deacon his desire to marry his girlfriend. The deacon then visits the bride and her parents and asks acceptance of the groom's request to marry the lady. If permission is granted, the announcement is made at church 2 weeks prior to the wedding. The Sunday evening of the announcement, the couple and their parents meet to discuss the guest list and plans for getting ready for the big day, which usually happens at the bride's home. The engaged couple then travels to each household that will be attending their wedding, and a personal invitation is given. This can take 5 to 7 days, depending on the size of the guest list. It is also at this time that instructions are given to those who will be serving in any capacity at a wedding, or if dishes are required from them. Trust me when I say that no household has enough pots, pans, silverware, etc. to serve an Amish wedding meal. The week of the wedding is a flurry of activity, with people coming and going each day to help. The house and barn are cleaned, the yard and farm work tidied up, and all the food prepared. An Amish wedding is an all-day event, so the guests are served both dinner and supper. The actual ceremony is performed in the morning, with celebration of the marriage the rest of the day. Both meals are consisting of chicken, stuffing, a soupy rice, applesauce, bologna, celery sticks. Then for dessert, mixed fruit with jello, different kinds of cake, and a variety of pies. A lot of work. There are many hands helping. The wedding, or hochzeit as it is called in Pennsylvania Dutch, their meals are served at the bride's home, with the wedding ceremony either at a neighboring farm or at the bride's home. While the wedding service is being performed, many of the bride and groom's relatives are setting up and cooking to serve the dinner. This is so different from the English weddings, where caterers are hired to make and serve the meal. In the Amish tradition, it is considered an honor to be asked to serve for the bridegroom. But I have to admit, as I grew older, it didn't seem so much like an honor as a lot of work. But after the ceremony, the bride and groom, the two couples who stood up for them, and all the guests travel to the home that is hosting the dinner. I should explain here that the wedding party consists of the bride and groom, of course, and they invite four others to act as their braut or wedding party. The braut are usually a brother of the groom matched with a sister of the bride, and the second pair is a sister of the groom with a brother of the bride. If they have no unmarried siblings, they choose cousins or friends. When the wedding party gets to the home, they meet in an upstairs room with a bishop to sign the wedding certificate, and then they go to their specially decorated table to eat with other young folk. The newlywed table would look something like this. So let me just show you this picture. Looks something like this. A little fancy. There we go. After they are finished eating, the married men and women gather to sing for the couple to celebrate their marriage. As the singing is happening, the newlyweds fill small glasses of wine the wine glasses look something like this. So it's just more or less a shot of wine. and they give them to chosen girl servers to distribute to the guests. This is considered toast to the bride and groom. After everyone has been served, the bridal couple retreats to a bedroom set aside for them to receive their gifts. The guests take turns greeting them and presenting their presents, which are opened at that time. It is also at this time that the four attendants wander among the guests and hand out candy and peanuts for those who have stayed to visit into the afternoon. As a child, I would get so excited if we were invited to a wedding because I knew that after the dinner, the wedding party would pass out candy. This was definitely the best part of a wedding for the children. For the older folks, they either ate an early supper or went home in the late afternoon. Everyone else usually stayed for the evening meal, which, as I said before, was the same as dinner. All the guests except the unmarried young adults eat early, with the young people, or as we were called at the time, the young folk, wait until around 9 p.m. And this is where things got a bit iffy for me. You see, the girls had to sit on benches in a room, and then the boys would come in and ask a girl to supper by offering his hand. If the girl chose to go to the table with him, she accepted his hand and they went to the table to eat together. I want you to imagine for a moment how humiliating this was. There you sat, waiting to see if someone was going to take you to eat. And it wasn't any better for the boys either. They were risking walking into the room full of girls, not knowing if the girl he chose would accept. Of course, if you were a couple already, your boyfriend would take you to the table. Talk about peer pressure. This ritual was so degrading, and it certainly was not helpful to our egos when the young men would come to the doorway, look in, and declare to his comrades, "There's no pretty ones left," which happened one time as I sat anxiously waiting. I held my tongue, but I wanted to say, "Well, you're no prize either." In hindsight, I think this was the church's weird idea of matching up the boys and the girls. I've recently been told that they do not practice this particular tradition any longer. Thank goodness. Being a teenager is hard enough without forcing the sexes to engage with each other in this way. After supper, the wedding couple again serves wine while the married folks sing for them. The wedding day usually wraps up after midnight. As I said before, it is an all day event, quite literally. Now, the newlyweds do not usually go on a honeymoon because tradition is that the days after the wedding are spent cleaning up and the couple is required to help. I wonder if this is to show them right away that being married is a lot of work, not simply a vacation. I guess the Amish figure that the couple should know this sooner rather than later. Mach's gut, and we'll see you next time on Amish Roots.